I like recently.
I know that she made a lot of enemies uh, and everything, but you got to admit that's heartbreaking.
It is.
That's heartbreaking because she's still a human being.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like she killed anybody. She just ran a mouth a lot, but that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, to see that, see anybody who um goes to that extent, they kind of start losing their memory and everything. 'Cause I have family members who've gone through that, who's battled with dementia or Alzheimer's and stuff like that, and it's heartbreaking to see. Um, Sometimes they remember who you are, and other times they don't.
Yep.
And so, and to see her, basically, she used to be full of life, and to kind of see her kind of in a vulnerable state right now, just that is heartbreaking.
Right, right. And then and from my understanding, she's pretty much broke. You
Mm.
know, the documentary. I was listening to a YouTube video this morning about it, and they were going to scrap the documentary because that's when they started noticing that she wasn't right. The
Mm.
production crew, when they was on
Yeah.
set to do the documentary, then they figured just go ahead and shoot it because I guess they felt like the world needed to see what she was going through. But they said nobody knew when they was getting scheduled to do that documentary. They said the documentary was supposed to be something else, like basically her comeback, you
Okay.
know, to the industry. But
Mm.
now, they see that she's most likely not coming back. So
And that's pretty much why she had kind of left her show kind of early because of the different sicknesses that she was dealing with.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the up and downs. Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
sad situation. But what they call it? Aphasia. What did the lady call it?
Out.
It's a
Uh,
yeah,
I forgot that, but I know they were saying she was dealing with Graves' disease,
right. Yeah, it's let me see
and I forgot the other
here.
part she was dealing with.
Yeah, it's a frontotemporal dementia. If I'm
Okay.
saying that wrong, I apologize. But yeah, that's that's what it is. It said the news was shared in a press release on Thursday to correct inaccurate and hurtful rumors about her health. They got that in quotation.
Hmm.
A care team for Williams wrote in a statement. Yeah, so they said, as Wendy's fans are aware, in the past she has been open with the public about her medical struggles with Graves' disease and man, I can't pronounce a lot of these medical words. I don't want to say the wrong thing and then end up putting some on this lady that's not there. But
Yeah.
anyway, as well as other significant challenges related to her health, the press release states over the past few years, questions have been raised at times about Wendy's ability to process information, and many have speculated about Wendy's condition, particularly when she began to lose words, act erratically at times, and have difficulties understanding financial transactions. Um, wow. Um, that's what me and you had discussed before. That's why I was telling you about some of the people that we lost. These issues appear over time.
Hmm.
When you messing with your brain and all that, it's signs that's there that appear over time. Like when you have these memory blocks or
Yeah.
these, being forgetful or stuff when your mind used to be stronger than that.
Hmm.
That to me now, I don't know if that's a medical fact, but to me, that could be signs of dementia,
Yeah.
Alzheimer's. That could be setting in. If you ask me, I think a lot of that stuff is caused by not only abuse of drugs, but just stress on your brain. You
Hmm.
know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you think about it. If you compare your brain to a computer, what happens when you put too many files in your computer? Computer starts to buffering, starts to slowing down. So if the brain operates like a computer, just let that sink in. Just think
Hmm.
about that.
Yeah, and I think that um oftentimes people that are real close to you don't always pick up what's going on, or
Right,
they don't necessarily know the right course of action to take. If they
right,
do start recognize, okay, something ain't right. Because if it's something that's not happening all the time, if it's just something that happens here and there, everybody may not be able to pick up on it and know how to uh, direct it in the right path to get
right,
help. Yeah, so
right. Yeah, cause I think all that stuff like Alzheimer's, dementia, and stuff like, doesn't that also affect your nerve system too?
yeah, I think it does have something to do with your nervous system and other organs.
Uh huh.
Cause I know a lot of people who've had Alzheimer's, they began to really deteriorate over time.
Yeah.
So I forgot the exact organs that it affects. At first, I just thought it was something dealing with memory loss until I've heard of people saying, "Oh yeah, they died from Alzheimer's or they died from this." So I didn't know you can actually die from it. I just thought it was just dealing with memory loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you see something on it?
Well, yeah. No, I didn't really catch nothing. On the nerve. Cause see, what I was gonna mention, like my older brother, he had a stroke, and one of the things that I admire about him, he really got in tune with studying the nervous system, studying the brain, and what causes these things to happen. And the reason why I was saying that dementia, it's possible that it could be related to a nerve. I mean, that's not a medical fact. I'm not a doctor or anything. I I just lost a lot of family members due to a lot of different issues, and it does come back to that. But he compared the nervous system to a fuse box. He said the way that the doctors educated him and the people where he was doing rehabilitating him, and he was like, it's just like your nervous system is just like a bunch of fuses. If you remove a fuse, it could shut off certain things like your speech, your memory, your ability to go use the restroom.
Wow.
Just certain parts in your nerves. Because he said it's billions on top of billions of nerves running through your body, and all of them have a role to play on how we operate on a daily basis. Breathing on our own is
Yeah.
part of the nerve system, something that we take for granted, we do naturally. If you like me, you don't really appreciate the fact that you're able to breathe until you get congested and you
Yeah.
can't sleep at night and you stopped up, then it becomes irritating. Imagine if that was your life.
That'd be sad. I'm reading this right
Yeah.
here, and it says primarily, as the disease of dementia progresses, it starts to harm other bodily systems as well. As the brain deteriorates, it has
Yeah.
more difficulty controlling parts of the body.
Yeah, if it's
You
dealing with
know,
the brain, it's dealing with the nervous system as well,
so
because that's
yeah,
where all our nerves hooked up start. What I'm saying, the root start. It's sad.
and that is sad.
Yeah,
'Cause I think
I
that's one
just
of the things you
hope.
just have to,
Hmm.
uh, man. I think with everything, with every disease or every cancer, if you talk to healthcare professionals, everything can be, I ain't gonna say prevented, because everybody who tries to be health conscious is trying to do what they can to prevent certain things.
Right.
Especially if you understand what your sicknesses that your family have dealt with in the past. If you got heart disease that runs in the family or whatever diseases that run in the family, then you try to be conscious to be to do what you can to prevent those things from happening to you. But when it comes to things of the mind, the healthcare professional will basically say everything really can be, uh, I guess, lessened if you have early prevention. So going doing your checkups and doing those other tests outside of just your regular annual checkup. Asking for certain tests. But if you got a good doctor, a healthcare professional, they're gonna recommend, hey, at 40, this is what you should be testing for. At
Right.
at 50, this is what you should be testing for. Let's do this type of scan. Let's do this type of test. And if they aren't doing those things, hopefully you're studying and you're asking for those things for yourself.